The girl who vanished. It was a cold, cloudy afternoon when Emma Harold disappeared. The bell had just rung out, signalling the end of another monotonous school day at Greenwell Secondary School. Emma, a quiet 14-year-old with long dark hair and a collection of tatty books always tucked under her arm, had been walking home like she did every other day. But that day, something felt different. Something was wrong. Her best friend Lily had called out to her from the school gate, but Emma didn't turn around this time. Instead, she walked on, her footsteps soft against the pavement and moving quickly. Lily thought nothing of it at first, assuming Emma was just lost in thought or didn't hear her. But when Emma didn't show up at school the next day, it was odd, but not immediately alarming either. Emma had a tendency to skip classes from time to time when her anxiety got the best of her. But by the end of the week, she was still not in and the school began to panic. No one had seen her, not a single trace. For days, the search was frantic. The police scoured every corner of the town trying to find her, but there was no sign of Emma anywhere. Her parents were beside themselves with worry and panic and feeling sick, and Lily couldn't change the feeling that something was horribly wrong. Yet, with every passing week, the hope that Emma would be found dwindled. After the chaos, the media in the town began to move on, but the empty desk in room 203 remained a constant reminder of the girl who had vanished. Lily was heartbroken and struggled to understand what happened, but eventually had to come to terms with it. 3 years later, it was the last day of our final school year, when the news broke. The small town of Greenwood was hopeful again, because Emma had been spotted walking alone through the woods just outside town, barefoot, disheveled, and looking like she hadn't aged a day since she disappeared. It was impossible. How could a girl vanish for years and return without a single sign of any change at all? But there she was, in the flesh, her eyes wide and empty, like she had just stepped out of a dream, or even a nightmare. Lily, now older herself, stood in shock as she watched Emma's return unfold. Her heart raced as Emma was escorted into the school building, pale and trembling, but still somehow familiar. She didn't seem to recognize anyone. Her parents were there too, crying, but Emma looked at them with confusion as though she didn't know who they were. "I don't remember anything," Emma said repeatedly when the authorities questioned her. "I don't know where I've been. I woke up in the woods and I don't know." Her voice trembled as though she was lost inside her own body, trying to find herself and escape her pain. Lily tried to speak with her, but Emma's gaze passed over her like a stranger, as though she were looking through her rather than at her. "Lily?" she said, but there was no recognition in her voice. "Who are you?" Over the next few weeks, the town tried to make sense of it all and felt deeply connected to the case. They wanted answers and to understand what happened. Although Emma had returned, she was different. Something had happened to her. Her once bright eyes were dull. Her laughter had fallen silent. Eventually, she came back to school, and the people around her tried to return her life to some sort of normal. But she would wander the halls of the school, staring out of windows as though waiting for something, and ignoring everyone. There were rumors. Some said she had been taken by something that had changed her inside and out and made her their obsession. Others thought she had been running away from something, but no one really knew, or could they explain the gaps in her memory, the void where the missing years should have been. One evening, Lily decided to visit Emma at her house. She wanted to help again, to bring her friend back, but something in the air felt off when she arrived. The house was quiet, too quiet. No one answered the door, but it was open, so Lily let herself in. What she found was worse than anything she could have imagined. Emma was standing in front of a cracked mirror, her face pale, gaunt and ghostly, her fingers tracing and being cut by the glass, as if she could feel something or someone on the other side of it. Her lost and torn reflection, though, wasn't quite right. It was blurry, shifting like water, and Emma's eyes, her eyes were different and distant. They were darker and cursed. There was something behind them, something that wasn't her. "Emma," Lily whispered, stepping closer to help. Emma didn't turn, her fingers still tracing the glass and filling the cracks with her blood. "I don't know where I've been, Lily, but I know I was alone, and I know they want me back." Lily took a step back with worry and caution. "Who, Emma? Who wants you back?" Emma's lips curled into an eerie, almost imperceptible smile. "It's not over. Not yet." Suddenly, a cold wind swept through the room, slamming the door and extinguishing the lamps, leaving the two girls in darkness. The air grew colder with an unsettling and choking energy, and Lily could feel something ancient pressing down on her, suffocating her too. She felt like she couldn't leave. She reached out for Emma, but her body seemed to flicker in and out of reality, as if she were no longer fully there. When Lily reached for her again, Emma's skinny hands vanished, and a low, sinister voice filled the room. "I'm not the same. I'm never going back to who I was." Lily's heart pounded as the temperature in the room dropped again, her breath forming in the cold, haunted air. She backed away, her eyes never leaving Emma, who now stood closer to the mirror, her reflection laughing at her, distorted, twisted, wrong. "I can feel them in me," Emma murmured. "They own me and take me when they want." Her voice barely audible. "They're calling and pulling me. They want to be inside me. I have to go. Forever. To be tortured, twisted and tormented forever." Then Lily felt something smother her and take her breath away. She passed out. The next morning she woke in her bed, not knowing what was real or what was a dream. She tried to explain what happened to the authorities and Emma's parents, but no one believed her. Her parents said that night they did not hear or see anything and that Emma was safe in her bed. But reality soon kicked in when they realized Emma was taken. She was gone again. No one knew where she was or where she had vanished, and the authorities or her parents never found a trace. The only thing left was the lingering chill that seemed to haunt and curse the house, and the sense that Emma had never truly come back. She had only returned to take something with her, something that had been waiting for her all along. Her parents eventually moved out. They could no longer live in the place where their daughter was stolen from them. One day, her dad disappeared too. Some say he left the country, others say he was taken away to be with Emma, but no one really knows. Emma's mum ended up in a mental health hospital. She could never speak again, but every day she would look in the mirror and press her hand on it, as if she was waiting for Emma, seeing her. And now, the town waits, just waits for the girl who went missing to hopefully return again, unsure of what she will bring back with her next time, if anything. The mirrors, though, the mirrors seem to know what really happened. Maybe Emma is trapped within them, caged in a life of painful horror. They hold a dark secret, a secret we will never know, and they will never share, even when they break and shatter.